Hello everyone, Chris Roma here, aka Roma Aquatics, coming to you with a air system update, tank update, shrimp update, just an update. So here we go. I may recognize that piece of driftwood from the how to sink driftwood in 24 hours and attach to a piece of tile build. Bought another piece of driftwood right there. It hasn't sank on its own yet, and it's just very cool shaped, so I didn't want to attach it to a piece of tile because I could use it in different orientations. This was going to be the Discus Tank, as you've probably heard in previous videos, but I've changed my mind. Guppy Train guppies are just so beautiful that I got 2 different strains instead of just one strain. So instead of this being a Discus Tank, it is now going to be a rainbow mosaic dragon big ear guppy tank, or elephant ear, or Dumbo ear, however you want to say it. And this tank is still going to be for the red mosaic dragon umbrella tail guppies from Guppy Train, and they're just cycling. I just threw some stuff in there, and that leads me to my next point. 2 dead rabbit snails in there. They're just in there to add a little bit of ammonia to the tank to get the cycle jump started. At the moment I'm probably going to take them out in an hour or 2. But these guys came from the bamboo shrimp tank. Let me go. So we have bad news on the tank front. So as you can see, this tank and this tank both have matte and filter. Well, they all have matte and filters now, but this tank and this tank used to be the only 2 that still had sponge filters. I decided to go ahead and switch them over to the matte and filter, and that was a bad idea because I should have just got a new tank and got it going, but it must have caused an ammonia spike or killed my bacteria or something, because unfortunately all of my black rose neos, my black rose chocolates, they all died, and all the little baby shrimp that were left in here and the 3 bamboo shrimp, well, I'm assuming the 3 bamboo shrimp died. They escaped, and they have still yet to be found, so maybe they're living in my sump pump. So the bamboo shrimp breeding project is on hold until I get some more bamboo shrimp, or find them in my sump pump. But so this tank's recycling, that tank's recycling, so that's horrible news for me. So I have no more jet black chocolates or black rose chocolates or black rose neos, whatever you want to call them, and I have no more bamboo shrimp. And the last of my babies that survived that didn't make it to the store from the original batch have all died out too. So those are all completely gone now, unfortunately. Bittersweet. Well, the deaths aren't bittersweet. It's bittersweet that I got the air system up and running, which you'll see in the next segment, and that I'm going to have 2 guppy strains from Guppy Train on the way. And Flip Aquatics posted a video saying that they will have their shrimp up for sale soon, at least for pre-orders. So guess what's going in those 5 open tanks? Yeah, taking a trip to Ohio soon. So the new pump came today. I decided to upgrade the other system because it was powering the other tanks just fine, but it was about at its max. I wouldn't be able to add more tanks. So this one was the one I showed in my air system build video. Taking that out and upgrading it to this one, which is almost double the gallons per hour, as you can see, and it was only about $10 more. So that one's going back. There's the new one. If you remember, the way I had this other, or if you didn't watch the video, the way I had the other one set up was I had it going like this, and then I had all of these closed off and only had one airline going to here, which is the airline that goes to the cap, which went to my PVC manifold that distributed the air to all my tanks. So I want to make this bigger, because I felt like the small air tube was a restriction, and especially with the bigger pump, it's definitely going to be a restriction. So I went to the hardware store and I bought another nozzle, which is the same size as this nozzle, and I bought another end cap and 15 feet of the hose that fits on both sides of the nozzle. And my plan for this is to simply drill a hole in here about the size of this, and then hot glue it in there, and then connect this to that, and then this will be able to screw into my PVC manifold, and it'll connect up to the rest of my tanks. So I'll do that and show you how it looks. Okay, so here's what the finished product looks like. I cut a little piece of the tube off just to show you an example, but look at the difference in the diameter. So I definitely think that's going to make a huge difference in the efficiency of the pump. But let's get this hooked up. So that's what it looks like on the end of my PVC mounting, which is hidden back here. You can see my previous videos. Sorry about this view. But that's the system. And I got so much flow here. It was actually a little ridiculous. To kill the flow, I had all of these turned down as much as I could, and there was still way too much flow coming through. So until I get more tanks hooked up, I just have this random airline that's just blowing out air. You can hear that, but it's just blowing out air wide open. So that's helped control the pressure, and now everything, it's way easier to adjust. So until I get more tanks, I'm just gonna have that one venting air, and it seems to work. And that's nice, because that means I got a lot of extra pressure for a lot more tanks. And now the shrimp update. Crystals are still doing very well. No deaths, they're just chilling, waiting for them to get buried still. I do have some good news for this tank. In 2 days from now, I should be receiving 4 juvenile shadow pandas from Alpha Pro Breeders, I think. Alpha Breeders Pro or Alpha Pro Breeders. For some reason I can't think of it right now. But they will be joining the crystals in this tank, so we could get some Michelins going. Sakura red cherries are doing very well as well. Also just waiting for them to get buried. There's a lot of algae on this glass. It's gonna be hard for you to see them, guys. Unfortunately, you've heard the news, nothing in there anymore. Sakura orange Sakura. Let's say it right, orange Sakura. They're doing good too. Also, just waiting for them to get buried. Oh yeah, I forgot to let you guys know, we do have an addition. We have some small yellow rabbit snails. There's 5 of them in here. So this tank now has yellow rabbit snails. This tank has chocolate rabbit snails, and you can see there's a couple of babies in here. And this tank has the orange rabbit snails, and there's a few babies in there too. So that's fun. And the fish room update. So I got some paneling up, cover the ceiling here, and it's also going to come up here. And as you can see, I got some framing up. So there's going to be a wall there, a wall here, a wall here, wall here with a door, and probably another fish rack there. That's the plan eventually. So we'll have another rack that goes up to the ceiling there, and then this will all be enclosed. So that whole area will be enclosed there, and I could just heat that area rather than having all these heaters for the tanks, and that'll be awesome. So between that rack, I could probably fit 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 more 10 gallons on there. And then if I build another rack with more shelves, probably 2 more shelves, then that maybe 3 or 4 shelves, I could fit a lot more 10 gallons over there too. And if need be, I have a huge area back here that's just used for storage. I know it's dark, you can't see, but it goes back. And the only problem with that is there's a cement shelf here, so I'd have to crawl in there But I have a big area back there that I could just set tanks across this whole cement shelf all the way across my whole basement if I wanted to. So I got plenty more room for tanks, guys. So share, subscribe, stay tuned for more. All right, till next time.